you know, tough situation offensively last week. We get Casey Printers in here and he gets 3 practices with the team, and we had all hoped obviously it would be a smoother transition, but it wasn't, and just totally unfamiliar with our players, with our receivers. You know, I made the comment after the game, it was like being back in training camp offensively. The first day, you know, first couple of practices. And, you know, the timing and the between the receivers and the quarterback is so critical. I mean, a lot of these guys, it takes a year or years to the guys playing together to where they have that sixth sense. Those windows in the coverage are only open for so long. And the great quarterbacks have that great sense of anticipation and actually release the ball before in many cases before the receivers actually into the route, because they know each other so well and they've practiced and rehearsed with each other so well. To expect, you know, Casey to come in here and all the problems disappear and go away, I think was a little bit unrealistic. Some of the sacks were really attributed more to him than our offensive line. You know, you've got that mental clock in the quarterback's mind, you know, that you only got so much time to throw the ball. And a couple of times he really kind of had that deer in the headlight look where he just didn't know where to go with the football. And again, because of the lack of familiarity with our offense and also with the guys he's throwing to. So he's got 3 more practices in this week, and so I think seems more comfortable this week, seems more confident. Just a simple thing like the game operation, you know, we signal the plays in on a numbering system with a wristband, and the quarterback takes the number from the sideline, looks it up on the wristband, and then calls the play that's on the wristband. Well, we put everything in a right formation, because if you did it in every formation, you'd have probably 18 different wristbands. Well, so when it's on the left hash or the middle of the field, you leave it in the right formation, but when you get to the other hash mark, the quarterback has to flip it. So we send the play in, we go do that, flip, and then send the number in, and then he's got to read the number and then put the formation in reverse, which isn't really that difficult for someone that's done it for a period of time. But here's Casey, you know, trying to learn, just know the offense, evens to the right, odds to the left, and be able to flip it. Seems very simple, but in the heat of the battle, we had a little issue with it, so we had to start running plays in like we're back in high school. Have a play runner carry the play in and give it to Casey to be able to communicate in the huddle. So those are some of the things that seem trivial but really have an impact on what you're doing, that you go through when you have a brand new quarterback, and particularly in the middle of the season. So he seems more settled this week and more comfortable with things, and again, we don't want to restrict his athleticism. If he doesn't feel right or the timing's not there, we want him to get outside and use his athleticism, which he did so well in BC, to make plays. So I was talking to Steve Barato, who had him in BC, and you know, he said of the 30-some touchdown passes he threw in 04, 20-some of them were on broken plays where he broke outside and made plays. Not necessarily that were by design, it was after the play broke down. So we certainly don't want to discourage him from doing that, and want him to be creative when that opportunity presents itself. So that was obviously a major problem with us last week. We've got Jesse back this week. Hopefully that will make a difference, certainly in our running game, and he's been an effective receiver out of the backfield as well. So hopefully we'll make progress at the quarterback